We're back.
Yo, we're back. We're back. We're back. We're back.
Welcome back to the Timon and Lincoln show. It's your favorite wearing shorts with long sleeve t-shirts podcasts. I'm your host Lincoln, who is wearing shorts with a long sleeve black tee, and that's your host Timon, who's wearing shorts with a long sleeve black tee.
If you're not watching the YouTube video I just showed you,
you're not wearing a black tee. You're wearing
a blue tee. You know why I'm wearing a blue tee, Lincoln?
Because you're a big fan of the early 2000s pop punk group Plain Blue Tees.
Hey there, Timon.
Hey there. That's just a song. Hey there.
Hey there. It's hey there, Elisa. There we go. What's it like in Grand Rapids City?
Are you? Is
I'm
this
200 miles away?
Is this a love song to Elisa?
No, dude. It's a COVID song.
Oh, okay.
And the masks look so pretty.
Oh, they do.
Yes,
I'm sick.
Do. He's sick, guys.
I don't feel good.
Sick. That's the news we have for you today. I'm your host, Timon. This is your favorite insects and their sexuality podcast.
Long sleeve shirts.
Insects and their sexuality podcast.
The sexuality of insects podcast.
Mm-hmm. 17 years, a cicada. Filling comes to you soon. 17 years, a cicada. That's how long their life cycle is, I think. Every 2 decades. That's pretty wild. 17 years.
I can't taste that.
You can't taste it?
No, I can't. I'm just kidding.
Okay. Yeah, you're sick.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm sick.
Tell us about that, bro.
So yesterday I worked 10 hours trying to catch up from not being at work Monday. And then I went early again today and was sitting at my desk around 8 o'clock and just feeling worse as the day progressed. And I thought, I can't do this. I cannot do this today.
From 8 to when? When did you call in? When did you hit that?
8.
From 8 to 8.
I got to work at 6.
Oh, you got to work at 6. Okay, you were going to do a 10-hour day. Okay.
I was going to work 10 more hours today because I needed to because...
Yep. There's no sick days at your work.
And...
So for 2 hours, you just progressively got worse.
It was fine at first, but then I just
Tell us the symptoms.
Worse and worse and worse. Overwhelming sense of dread.
Yep, sounds about right. Depression.
Yeah.
Anxiety.
No, just dread. Congestion. Lots of mucus, watery eyes. Just the real pain in the butt sort of symptoms that make it hard to get anything freaking done.
Yeah. Head cold, kind of. Head
really
stuffy.
Awful head cold. I don't know if this is like a sinus infection. I don't know what the heck this is, but it is stolen me from my job for 2 days this week, which has happened never.
Yeah. But your boss said some really nice things to you, though, right? About one of the things that Lincoln worries about is how his sickness is going to be perceived by other people, which is a valid concern. I think a lot of people do feel that because there are people that we've worked with who use sickness who
take advantage
of sickness. Whether they're sick or not, people.
I'm gonna call in sick to work today because I don't want to go to work.
Right,
yeah,
and there are people at your job where people have made comments about that, like, "Hey, Susan takes a lot of time off." I don't know if Susan's her name. It's Suzanne.
Anyways,
but yeah, no, it's. And so, what did your boss tell you the other day?
Take care of myself. Feel better.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, he said, Lincoln, then this is Lincoln's words to me. He said, Lincoln, you don't have to worry because I know you do not waste time at work. Like, you're not, like, you can feel okay to take sick off because you're a hard worker, basically. He's like, he knows that you're not slacking and this is not an opportunity for you to just go slack off. You're actually sick.
Yeah. Yeah.
And as he was telling you that, you were talking to him, and now he's sick, isn't he?
I mean, I'm not one to disclose
work information.
Someone else's. I don't know what Joe's doing up there. What's that thumping noise?
Do you think it's like That's so weird. Joe is literally doing stuff upstairs, and we're not sure what's up.
Probably trying to get in the trash.
Yeah.
It's pretty... Joe, go not eat the trash.
Joe, go to sleep. Joe is... Does anyone want a dog? Free dog.
He's so cute, though. Couldn't get rid of him.
He ate all my peanut butter last night.
Oh, no.
And this past weekend, he ate all of my chicken.
Joe's been eating all our food lately.
And we feed him. We feed him, and he's eating.
Do you guys remember... should we finish the story? I don't... Anyways, my boss...
Allison's calling me. Should I answer
cool.
it?
Yeah, you should.
Should I answer on the podcast?
You should answer. I'm going to finish the story real quick. So, essentially, my boss reaffirmed that he thought I was someone who got things done at work. And so, that was really nice to hear. But to Allison on the call now.
Yeah, you're a boss, bro. Hey, what's up? You're on the podcast. Hey. You're on the podcast.
Oh.
How's it going?
It's going well.
Can I call you back, or do you have stuff you want to talk about right here, right now on the podcast? Talk about it, Allison. Speak on it.
I was going to spill some crazy stories that my mom told me the other day, but that's it.
Is it something podcast worthy?
Maybe. So, actually, yeah.
Talk about it.
Actually, it could be. So,
we need content.
Yeah. So, my mom is an accompanist. She plays piano for a high school in Michigan.
Like choir and like band and stuff?
For the choir classes and stuff.
An accompanist? Yep.
She said, so Tuesday, they had a concert. And this is about, like, the first concert they had in, like, 18 months.
Wow, yep.
And,
COVID. Because of COVID.
Yeah, because of COVID. And the power went out, like, half an hour before the concert.
Oh, no.
So everybody's, like, freaking out trying to figure out what to do. And then they find out, like, a squirrel chewed on one of the electric grid lines. And so, like, half the school got out of power, and there's a fried squirrel half an hour before.
A fried squirrel?
About to start. So somehow they got it back up and running, and everything went well, and blah, blah, blah. And then it was kind of cool, because she said there was, like, the energy was different, because the kids hadn't, like, performed in so long. There was, like, everybody was kind of excited
to actually be there and doing it. It wasn't like really a school function.
A lot of times kids kind of dread that stuff, kind of, because it's, like, part of a grade.
Or parents. Parents dread it, too, right?
Yeah.
They're like, man, I don't want to go watch this, but yeah.
So that's cool. Maybe we need a break from those every once in a while.
Nature is healing.
Yeah.
And killing themselves, too. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Sorry.
No.
I'm just going to spit it and then go. But the other story was, the seniors were going to do their senior prank the night of the concert. So everybody kind of knew this was happening. Like, the janitors knew they were going to come and, like, do something to mess up the school. Well, I guess, so the janitor waits around for the kids to come, and he sees a group of cars sitting off to the side, and he's like, basically, it was like midnight. He waits around for them to get out of their cars, and they never get out of the cars. So he's like, finally tells them to drive away around midnight, and then everybody goes home. But then someone shows up to school the next morning, and it's absolutely trashed. There's, like, she said there were hot dogs and avocados smushed into, like, the vents and the, like, lockers and on the floors and the carpets. And someone had, like, smashed sardines into the carpets, and they forked the entire lawn. It basically, like, destroyed the school.
Oh, wow.
It was, like, one of the worst I don't know, that was, like, one of the biggest senior pranks I've ever heard of. I thought it was kind of funny. So I thought it was funny. As she was telling it, I could tell my mom was disappointed, because it was, like, and one of the janitors quit over it. Like, they quit that morning.
Oh. I wouldn't clean that up.
Oh, my word.
No way. Avocado and sardines smashed into the carpet? Like, no, I could get a job making $22 an hour at an RV factory right now.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And they waited for it, too. That's funny. Wow.
So apparently they were there from, like, 12 to 4 in the morning.
Doing
so they got the whole thing on camera. Yeah.
Oh, no.
So the students that they could identify ended up having to come in and, like, do some of the cleanup. But it was just kind of a funny story, because they wanted to go hard. I feel like after a year of COVID, these seniors are, like,
ready to rage.
Ready to, yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. That's my story. So that's it.
Oh, thank you. Well, they're now forever permanently on this podcast. So thank you. That's good.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. All right. Hey, I'll call you back after this.
Okay.
All right.
Sweet.
Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.
Nice. Thanks, Allison, for calling in and telling us your stories.
That was crazy.
Did you do a senior prank when you were a senior?
No.
Yeah, me either. My school wasn't really into that type of stuff. Was yours?
So I used to watch this television show, which is, if you don't know what that is, it's this box. You watch things, shows. It's
television.
It's like a
television.
Yeah.
It would tell you something.
For sure, like videos.
Oh, okay.
You watch videos on it.
A video.
Long videos, like on your phone, but on the
YouTube.
Yeah,
but not. Yeah. Okay, all right.
Yeah, so basically, back in the day before YouTube, there were a bunch of channels, right? Just like how YouTube has, but the channels, only one person could put stuff on each channel.
Okay.
And you had to have a lot of money to have a channel. So I guess it's not unlike YouTube now. But anyways, so there was this channel called MTV, and MTV had a show about high school pranks.
Oh, okay.
Talking about,
what was it called?
I don't remember.
High school pranks?
High school stories, maybe? I don't know. Mm-hmm. Whatever. And so it would talk about the pranks that seniors would pull in their high school. There are some interesting ones. Some people stole a bunch of animals from a local farm and turned them loose in their school, like chickens and stuff. So that was kind of interesting. I think the best one was this group of students got their school canceled for a day. They figured out the password to call into the local radio station to say that school was canceled that day because of like a water main break, and they stole a bunch of construction comb barrier things and put them in front of their school's entrances.
Oh, wow.
And they changed the school sign to say that no school and that date.
Wow, so they went pretty hard.
And they got a day, like school was closed that day because of them.
That's pretty cool.
It was a lot of work. They could have just called in a bomb threat.
It's awful.
It would have been a good prank if they just blew up their school, maybe. I don't know. I'm in a dark place, guys. I'm sick.
You're sick. It sounds kind of like what the, those high schoolers that Allison was talking about. They went in and basically blew up their school in a way, too, so.
Yeah, with, like, dumb pranks.
Yeah.
Not
avocados.
Yeah.
I hope those avocados were on sale. I doubt it, though.
Yeah, and I hope that they don't hear about an avocado sale ever again.
Right. For the rest of their life.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We're in a pandemic.
I'm trying to figure out if Timon remembers that joke.
I do. That's why I said it. Yeah.
Solid.
And those who don't remember this joke,
go back and listen to episodes from 1 year ago.
Yeah, it was probably in May 2020.
Yeah, it's been
easy.
A minute.
Yep. So easy.
Well, that's our time for today.
Thanks, guys, so much for joining us.
Next week.
No one sent in questions, so all of my Cardano goes to me. Pretty nice. Actually, I don't think I told him I was going to pay him Cardano.
This week.
I might. Message me, and I might feel generous and give you some money.
Potentially.
Yeah. They call me Tim Moneybag Nymphs for a reason. And that's all I have to say on that. Yes, sir.
That's the reason.
Well, from pranks to Lincoln being sick and him getting what's a good word? Him getting good words from his boss. Words of affirmation from his boss. It's been one heck of a podcast so far, guys. So thanks for joining us, and thanks for riding with us. And let's get to the questions. Unless you have any content. You have any content?
I don't.
You're sick.
I'm sick.
You were sick.
Took a little nap.
Nice.
It was fine.
Was it nice?
It was all right.
Yep. AC was working.
Yeah.
Nice and cool.
It was fine.
Joe's been eating our meats. Joe's been eating our food.
Yep.
I don't have any food anymore now. He ate all of my food.
I have needed to go grocery shopping all week.
Same.
And I haven't because I have not felt like going to the store.
Yeah.
So
I didn't go last week, and I didn't go last week or this week.
Kind of just haven't been eating food this week.
I went a little bit that last week, and it was a trippy experience.
Yeah.
You should go to the store sick, dude. See what that's like.
Oh, I don't want to. You're not supposed to.
True.
I don't want to spread my germs to more people. I already got my boss sick.
You're not supposed to talk about FAFSA.
Yep. That's not.
Do we got questions?
That's not. That's FAFSA is not.
It's not medical?
No.
Guys, we've been playing darts and it's been a lot of fun.
Bullseye.
I
wonder if the mic will pick this up. I'm going to throw this dart straight into the wood door behind the dartboard.
Go for it.
Ooh. Such a satisfying thump. And I nearly didn't hit the door, but we're not going to talk about that.
Yeah, no, you almost hit the rock.
We need a dart cam.
Bullseye.
Just a separate camera on
just
the
for the dartboard.
Yeah.
Can we put like different things on the dartboard?
How do we feel about Jeeps? Throw darts at them.
We could like if we needed to talk about content, we could throw the dart at it and then whatever it is,
random
just,
topic.
We just riff on it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about that one. Based on our last round of dart playing, we might not have anything to talk about still, just because we can't ever intentionally hit something because I'm a bad dartist.
We need to put something like really, really awful on the wall, like on the door. You know what I mean? So like, if we hit the door, we have to talk about like something awful.
Ooh. All right, guys, let's circle back around. Talked about Dr. Fauci growing fetus scalp on lab rats. Let's talk about that for a while.
Let's talk about. I really don't want to.
I don't either.
I really want to talk about that. Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
you did that was a trick shot.
Hit the 5.
Yeah. So guys, it hit the ceiling vent and then went down and hit the 5. It was sweet. Very talented.
I'm bad at throwing things.
Very talented fellow over here named Lincoln, and he's crushing it. He's sick.
Sick.
Yeah, I'm feeling good too. I'm not feeling too bad. I think next week you'll feel better, bro. I really do.
I hope I feel better before next week, dude. I'm not trying to waste my whole freaking 3-day weekend.
Yeah.
Well, 5-day weekend on being sick.
Yeah. I think. Do you have any plans for Memorial Day?
No.
None. I'm gonna be in Bloomington.
That's fun for you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be homesick apparently.
Yeah. Listeners, holy crap. I have some real news for you guys. I walked down from getting done with work today from my room, and I walk into the kitchen, and I see the worst thing I've ever seen in my kitchen before. Do you guys know what that is? Lincoln? Should I say it, or do you want to explain yourself a bit? Lincoln, do you want to explain yourself for the podcast listeners right now, right here? Can you tell them what I was sick?
I'm sick.
No, that doesn't excuse your behavior.
So my girlfriend brought over some soup for me, and Timon saw the soup.
Guys, what do you think she brought that soup over in?
It was a crock pot.
It was a what?
It was a crock pot.
Oh, what? I told Lincoln he needed to get that satanistic material out of our household. And I gave him a whole story. Well, what'd you say? He said, I didn't bring it over. My girlfriend brought it over. I don't have anything to be a part of this. And I said, that's exactly what Adam said to God when Eve ate the apple. I just watched it happen.
Yeah.
And God cursed them both. And I am God, and I'm cursing you both. I'm not God.
Isn't there some kind of saying about, like, good people doing nothing? Right?
Yeah. I just thought it was, there's some saying somewhere that says something like that. Yeah, good people do nothing. I just thought it was so funny to see a crock pot, and it kind of threw me for a loop for a second, and then I just roasted Lincoln for a while.
It's not my crock pot.
But it's your soup.
Yep. I don't
doesn't know what to do.
You're right.
Oh, man.
There's a crock pot in our kitchen.
I don't know what to do, man. I don't know what to do. There's a crock pot in our kitchen. Yep. So let's get to the dirty details here. Friday question for you guys.
We got a question from my brother Alex.
Okay.
He sends me this text. Go ahead and start. I'm pooping.
Okay.
Thanks, that's Alex. My brother Alex. Apparently he meant to send that to his wife.
Please.
Which is like more embarrassing. I assume they're talking dinner. Go ahead and start eating dinner. I'm in the restroom.
Can you text them back and say, please wash your hands? Thanks, Alex. Alex, what do you think about crockpots? What do you think about the great crockpot scandal that's happening here in this household? We'd love to know.
Yeah, whatever. I don't know. It's soup and it's in a crock pot, so yeah.
You had such feelings for crock pots earlier.
No, I still do.
No, you don't.
I still do. Crock pots are still dumb.
Speak on it.
No, they're dumb.
And they're dumb. Okay.
They're dumb. They're dumb because my girlfriend started cooking this soup on her lunch break 6.5 hours ago, and it's still not done. That's why crock pots are stupid.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
There's that. That's the truth right there. So, a question for Friday. This is from our listener / sponsor / ex-sponsor / sponsored us again / stop sponsoring us again.
Future sponsor,
John. He said, recently I was at a golf course trying to play a round for my ability test. If you don't know, John is training to be a golf instructor. And one of those is he has to shoot a certain, I think it's under 81 over a 6,000 yard course. Par under 81. I could be butchering it, but something like that. 6,000 yards for sure. I remember we talked about that. And he has to shoot that consistently and do a couple tests and stuff. So he's been training and trying to get his golf game on point so he can be a golf pro. And so he said he went to play around for his ability test, and usually the pros at the courses are open to helping me with my certification. However, this time the pro I met with was very rude to me and essentially said, I do not want to help with you, and also this certification thing you're doing is wrong. And proceeded to talk down to me for 10 minutes without me getting many words in. And it was very discouraging, and my dad was very upset about it. And my question is, when you guys experience stuff like this, how do you respond? And what might be some advice you have for me for the future if I encounter more people like this? Thanks. That's tough, John.
Here's what you do, John. You take your 9-iron and you say, you want to see something wrong? And you just kill him with it.
There you go. That's the answer right there.
Just take him over to the sand trap and frickin' just
trap him in sand.
Just Tatooine. Anakin. Just kill him. Bury him in the sand.
Nice. Yeah. That's tough. Murder.
There's a song called Murder on My Mind by this rapper who
died. Melly. Yeah. He didn't die.
Oh, he's in jail?
He's in jail, yeah. He actually...
Because he murdered someone.
Yes, and documented the whole thing. I've met him. He lived in Gifford, Florida, which was right next to Vero Beach. Like there, it would be like if I can like Goshen and New Paris, if that makes sense.
It does.
Not even that. It would be more like Mishawaka, South Bend. Like they're the same city in a way, but they're kind of separate a bit.
Yeah.
Vero Beach and Gifford are kind of the same. And so we would go to the same bars. So yeah,
that's fun.
He also did a song with Kanye.
It's fun too.
He did another song he did 772 Love or something like that. Love in 772, and that's the area code of. Well, that's actually my work phone, area code 772. So, but yeah, Murder on My Mind.
It's pretty cool.
Wake up in the morning, I got murder on my mind. AK-47s, Glock 11s, and a 9. So good. He literally documented, listeners, this whole song, which is a pretty fantastic song. I'm a fan of it. Documents how he killed his best friend, and is like he basically convicted himself and then made a lot of money off of it. So
sounds like he was a bad friend.
He was not a good friend. So yeah, John, that's tough, man. That I don't know if murder's the correct answer, but it's definitely an answer. When someone starts talking to you down like that, like, bro, I mean, he's a golf pro, and his whole job is to help you. And so I encountered something like this one time. It was not the same experience, but I was at Great Clips getting a haircut, And the lady who did not have teeth, as she was cutting my hair, told me that my man bun was stupid and that no one looks good in a man bun and I should not wear a man bun and I should cut it off. As she's cutting my hair, I'm sitting there. I was like, okay, well, I would still like to keep my man bun. So please don't cut it off. And then she proceeded, as I'm sitting there, like I can't do anything. She's clipping my hair and is just telling me about how awful I am for having a man bun. It was not a fun experience. And so I kind of felt helpless because I'm sitting there in the chair. Like, what do you do? And so I just kind of just let her go and realized that she has no teeth. And I really don't need to be taking advice from her. And so...
Especially dental advice.
Dental advice.
Telling you how to brush your teeth.
It's great clips. Yeah.
No.
And so what I did after that, John, is I decided not to be around that negative energy. And so I never went back to Great Clips or to her again. And I found a barber who loves my hair and tells me how nice it is every time. And I tip him well for it. Even if he's lying, I don't care. He's not... I have a much better experience with him. And so I go to that barber. And so I think, John, you can't always control the situation you're in, but you can control walking back into that situation. So if you go back to that golf course to play and that pro is there, just don't even talk to him. Don't even be a part of, just like his energy can stay on his side of the fence and you can go and do your own thing or go to a different golf course. Now, I don't know how many golf courses are out there that have the requirements for your certification, but
yeah,
man.
I'm trying to wrap my head around this one, because like I don't know, I don't understand.
Who cares what he thinks?
Well, I mean, John does to a degree. If this guy is like good at golf and John is trying to be good at golf, then I can understand how that criticism could sting quite a bit.
Yeah.
Given that this guy probably knows what he's talking about and he's saying that you suck for these reasons. But also, how does anyone get good at anything? You start by being bad at it. And so, like, you as someone who is bettering yourself and practicing and working, why are you... I don't understand. I understand. Some people are pretty exclusive. They think if they have something, only they can have it, or only they can be it. When in reality, everyone can have a slice.
Yeah.
Like, there's room at the top for everyone.
Yeah. It's not a zero-sum game.
I don't know what that means.
It means that there's only X amount of things. So zero-sum means that someone will get zero. You know what I mean? Like there's 100 pieces and there's 200 people. Well, only 100 of those 200 people will get pieces. But in reality, there are as many pieces as you want if you work
make
for
the
it.
pieces.
Yeah. So you can start your own golf course. I mean, it's not like there may only be like 3 golf spots at that golf pro spot there. So there's only 3 spots, but you're not going to be a golf pro there. You can do whatever you want. You know what I mean? So and eventually this guy will die because of someone murdering him with a 9-iron, and there will be a spot available at that place. So maybe think about that.
Yeah. Forgive him, move on. I don't know.
Yeah.
If he's saying, if there are some things that are legitimized about like your swing is bad because of this, like you can take
like
stuff with a grain of salt.
It sounds like he was more saying that the certification he's going after is stupid.
But like, why? Why is it stupid? Like I just don't understand why.
Sounds like this guy has a negative attitude.
It sounds like this guy doesn't have a certification.
Yeah, it sounds like he doesn't have. So yeah, I just wouldn't participate. I would just be like, dude, no worries. Like, okay, all right. And then move on. That's probably the best thing. And understand too, John, when people are talking to you, like sometimes what's that saying? Hurt people hurt people. Maybe he's just hurting and he's trying to hurt you, bro. And it's okay to like step away from the words he's saying and say, I don't agree with you. And I don't need you have power over any situation you're in. You can say, I don't need to be in this situation. And you can step back. You have permission to do that, John, if you want. So don't let this older, angry man talk down to you.
Yeah, don't let this old racist white guy just be an old racist white guy.
Yeah, dude.
I know I'm racial profiling.
Cancel him.
Given the sport.
We already talked about golf and racism in golf. We know that 99.999999999% of everyone that does golf is white. So,
yeah. So speaking of racists, man, the way I was going to... So our listener, Alex, my coworker friend Alex, is not a racist. I was going to make a joke about how Tony the Tiger is racist because Alex asked a question about the Frosted Flakes mascot, Tony the Tiger.
Okay.
So I was gonna say, speaking of racist, Alex, our listener, but Alex isn't a racist.
Right.
But anyways, our listener Alex asked this Friday question: does Tony the Tiger have jaundice? The white of his eyes is real yellow. It's concerning and unsettling to look at. You see a picture of Tony the Tiger with yellow whites of his eyes.
What is jaundice?
It's like a kidney condition where you get all yellowy and the whites of your eyes get all yellowy. And it's, it's weird. Babies get it sometimes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I have no clue. Alex.
He's probably just malnourished from eating
Frosted Flakes,
processed sugar corn product.
Yeah. You heard it here first, folks. If you eat Frosted Flakes, your eyes will turn yellow.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know, Alex. Good question. No answer. Does he have any other questions?
He gave me a tip for not forgetting my lunch in the mornings. It's not been an issue this week because I haven't been going to work. Thanks for bringing that up, Alex. Also, to not forget your lunch in the morning, set your lunch out on the take your lunch out of the fridge and set it on the counter. Then get your keys or something you cannot leave without and place them by your lunch.
There we go.
That way, before you leave, you see your lunch and you force yourself to remember to get it.
Or put your keys in your lunch.
Absolutely.
Middle of your sandwich, place your keys, put it in the fridge. Who cares?
I would do this with my coffee. I'd put my lunch right next to my coffee cup, and I would leave. And I would just grab my coffee cup and immediately forget that there was lunch sitting next to it.
Yeah.
I deserve to spend every dollar I spend at the store on my lunch break buying lunch. Doing it to myself.
Yeah.
But I don't know what that's like because I haven't been to work in days.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I'll ever return.
Since he's been at work. Yeah.
I'm going to be sick forever.
He's
probably.
sick forever. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a true story. True story. Thanks, Alex. Great tip. Make sure to implement that in your life, folks.
Alex sent me a picture of Tony the Tiger. It's scary. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we have any other questions?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I don't have any questions on my end. I do have a comment from Aaron. Can we get to that?
Oh yeah, let's do that.
So Aaron commented on our episode yesterday. He says, "How do I block Timon Jones from my memory?" That's a really good question, Aaron. I'm not sure. Jay Hinkle. Hope you're doing okay, Jay. He says the best way to do it. Well, he didn't say the best way, but he said 5G and alcohol, which is a pretty solid
like
answer.
5G, the internet.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, because remember they were saying it, like Alex Jones had this whole thing about 5G is going to brain control, and so if you use 5G, Timon Jones says if you use 5G, you will not remember anything. That's why we have attention spans of goldfish. We'll literally become goldfish, Aaron. So just keep on using 5G and drink lots of alcohol. I don't know, man. I don't know what's up with Timon Jones. We're definitely going to bring Timon Jones back, but I just didn't have any good content for him yesterday. I had a little bit of good content for him, but we'll give you a trigger warning. Like, trigger warning, skip the next 35 seconds if you don't want to hear Timon Jones. Maybe that's what we should do to help Aaron not participate in the craziness.
I mean, we could.
Yeah.
We definitely could.
Fun fact, yesterday I was listening to Neil deGrasse Tyson in the Joe Rogan podcast.
Uh-huh. Did he talk about the Slim Jim roasting he got on Twitter?
He did. It was Steakums.
Steakums. That's
he
right.
did talk about that.
That's right.
Yeah, he did talk about that. Yeah, I was talking to my girlfriend Allison while I was listening, or middle of listening, and I just kind of explained to her how I just don't believe in science at all. And
you don't think 1 + 1 is 2?
That's math.
Okay.
I believe in math. I don't believe in science.
They're the same thing.
No. Timon Jones says no. Timon Nimps, on the other hand, yeah, bro. 100%, dude. Science is real. I believe in science. Timon Jones, on the other hand, does not believe in it at all. And I think I can do that because it's my truth and I live my truth. And scientists told me I could do that. So
okay.
I'm here for it. It was pretty funny.
Did a scientist tell you could not believe in science?
Yeah. He said you can live your truth.
So, like, why did you believe that? If you don't believe in science or scientists, why would you believe that?
I don't know. I don't know why I believe that.
Facts don't... I was going to slam on the table, and then I decided not to. Facts don't care about your feelings, and we should name the title of this episode alt, far, left, right, center, demolished by logic. Something like that.
Timon Jones destroys Timon Nimps. Timon Jones destroys Man Bun Freak.
College professor gets owned by Ben Shapiro. Oh, wait, that's a real thing.
Yeah, Ben Shapiro just talks really fast and loud, and that's how he makes his money.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
So, Audrey...
Are you a fan of Ben Shapiro?
Shapiro?
Are you a fan of Ben Shapiro?
I don't know.
Is any of our listeners a fan of Ben Shapiro?
Is anybody? I don't.
He's like the #1 conservative podcast, I think.
He's yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I think he has some good points, but on the whole, I am not a fan. Not a fan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Audrey asks, Friday for question for your Friday episode.
Yo,
guys,
Audrey.
I'm sick.
What's up?
If you could choose any decade in history to go back to, which one would it be and why?
Ooh.
Audrey, I don't even want to be in this decade.
So what decade would you want to be?
Why would I choose any decade which is going to be subsequently worse than this one?
It could be better.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No. I think there's never been a better time to be alive than right now.
According to who? Scientists? That's what I thought.
The ability to survive easily.
Yeah, but do you think that we have other problems because we survive easily? I mean, we're fatter than any other generation.
Those are definitely harder problems to deal with than
more depressed
tigers or humans trying to kill us.
Yeah, but like we don't get the adrenaline rush of surviving like you could you could be living your best life in Madagascar in 1776.
No. Being almost torn apart limb from limb by natural predators is not my best life.
You don't know that though. You don't have any decade that you've wanted to go back and experience. I'd love to go back into like Rome, like in those days, like barbarians.
You just want to just deal with just all the human sewage just flowing through the streets.
Have you been to LA? San Francisco?
No, I haven't, because I don't want to deal with human sewage just flowing in the streets, dude. Come on.
Been to downtown Goshen?
I have. It's nice. I've never
seen... There was
seen...
some human sewage one time while we were walking by, though.
That's mean.
That's mean?
It's mean. Why would you call that homeless person that?
There was a lot of sewage. He wasn't there. He just left all the sewage in the road. It was gross. Man, I don't know. Roman times would be kind of cool, Audrey. I think it would be sweet to go back to like when they were building the pyramids. I wouldn't want to be a slave, right? But I would love to see like what they were doing at that time. And I think that's like pre.
Timon wants to be a slave owner? Timon wants to be a human complicit with slavery?
I want to be someone who watches what's going on and speaks up for the rights of humans.
Gotcha.
In that time.
Sounds like Timon's going to be a slave.
Yeah, probably.
You get what I'm saying, though.
Yeah, I know.
It would be cool to go see some stuff. Like, it would be cool to see actually how the global elites built the pyramids, how the aliens actually built the pyramids. It would be cool to see some of that.
Did that happen like during the slavery of
But, like, I don't want to see, like, medieval Europe or, like, the plague or, like, any of the terrible things people had to deal with and just...
Would we have the knowledge we have now?
I would imagine you would be, as if you are now, merely a time traveler.
Yeah. I would go back to 2010 and put all my money in Bitcoin.
Yeah, sure, why not? That's fine.
Honestly, though, I wouldn't mind going...
I had zero money in 2010. But even so, infinitely rich today if I put my $10 in Bitcoin.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd have like 7,000 Bitcoin.
Gajillion dollars.
I wonder what it would be like, because we kind of grew up without the internet a little bit, but like the 1920s or the 1950s, you know what I mean? Like before the internet, kind of like what life was like right before, as we're having this huge industrial explosion. You know what I mean? Life was still pretty good then. It wasn't like there was...
Is it bad now?
We have the internet.
Because, like, I think a lot of people had really bad lives in the 20s and the 50s.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I do hear what you're saying. Like, it is nice to be in... Where we're at right now, there's a reason why we're here.
Yeah.
Like, we are set here in this decade, this time, for a specific reason. And so, we were built for this, you know? And so... I don't know. And the people who lived in the times before us were built for then. It'd just be interesting to kind of take a slice and see what was going on there and get the culture of it.
Roll into an old-timey pub and just have like a warm beer.
Yeah. And a shootout.
No, that sounds awful.
That sounds kind of cool.
No. You want to get shot?
I mean, I've been to a bar where the people did almost shoot out anyways, and it was cool. It was scary.
Yeah.
But it was cool. St. Patrick's Day, 2018. What a good time.
Sounds like a different decade.
Because like it was. Decade. It was, yeah. Do have a story about that. I don't know. We don't need to talk about it here. I've told you that story though. Where I was with that guy who was really tall, who was kind of racist, and then
he wasn't kinda.
He was very racist. He was very racist when he drank. And I was with a group of people who I didn't know. I kind of got roped into it. We'll save it for another time. My roommate who I was living with was dating this dude, and she's like, you should hang out with him for St. Patrick's Day. And I was like, okay, I'll do that. So we go and hang out with his friends. Don't really know this dude that she's dating. Don't really know his friends. And anyways, almost died. Barely got out alive and watched some really interesting stuff. It was in Florida. People have guns in Florida. Both parties had guns. So I feel like that would be kind of like what old-timey Western bars were like in a way. So, do you have any other questions? Thank you, Audrey. That was very nice of you to send that in.
It was. That was a good question. No.
Nope.
No
other questions?
I don't think so. We didn't get any questions from Jay this week, so he's probably not okay.
I hope he's doing okay.
Got a comment from our listener, Ben, about an episode from multiple weeks ago.
You want to say what it is?
Nope.
Okay. Will you tell me after?
No, you know what it is.
Oh, I am on the group chat, huh?
Yeah.
That's cool. Cool. Do we want to roll into our
fatter future?
Yeah, let's do it.
Definitely.
Okay, cool, guys. Let's get to the fatter future.
What's up, Timon and Lincoln? Your fatter future this week is the concept of people renting out their houses for other people to stay in. There's Airbnb, Vrbo, probably others out there. But the more people that I've been talking to, the more I'm hearing that staying at those places is not their first choice. Some people say that they don't feel as secure being in somebody's house. Other people have talked about the added cleaning fees, maybe taxes or anything like that are being slapped onto your bill with these companies. And in the end, a hotel might even be cheaper than staying at somebody else's house. So, do you think that these companies are going to stick around, or do you think that eventually they won't be as common?
Good question.
Yeah, that's solid. Hey, Elisa, what is up? What's up, Elisa?
It's nice hearing from someone who...
Hey there, Elisa. What's it like in Grand Rapids City? I'm 200 miles away. Sorry, go ahead.
I don't remember what I was saying.
It's nice to have someone who is way more dedicated to podcasting than we are, who listens to our podcast.
Which is what I said before the podcast started. That's my joke, Timon.
Yeah, but you weren't going to say it. You forgot it. I had to rehash.
Didn't.
You did. Forget it.
You would have
You got a crock pot up in the kitchen. Okay. So Verbo and Airbnb.
I've never stayed in an Airbnb. I've never stayed in a hotel alternative.
Really? I have.
Haven't.
I've stayed in both Verbo and Airbnb. And what's the joke I made? Oh, Craigslist. Craigslist is another place that you can definitely rent rooms if you're a hot single female.
I don't know if you can anymore.
I don't think so. There was always those like really creepy ads. I don't know if you ever looked at those.
Oh, no, I definitely did because those were super funny. The misconnections were the best.
Misconnections, but there was always like,
oh yeah, there were really creepy
old guy looking for a
very specific things.
Yeah,
they were looking for really specific things.
Free rent. You're like, okay.
But listeners, if you're too young to know what Craigslist or misconnections are, oh my gosh. So essentially, there was a time where you would see someone at the store and you'd catch their eye for a second, and you'd have a moment. And then you'd leave and never talk, and that moment would be gone forever. Well, Craigslist had the solution for you. It was a personal classified column known as missed connections. I almost said mixed connections, which
works too.
They were. And the whole point was you have one of those misconnections out in public, and you post about it, and you would tag it with, tell me something that only that person in that situation would know. Tell me the name or tell me the color of the logo of the grocery store we were at that day.
Yeah.
Or something like crazy like that, or like we both looked at it like a loud car driving past. What's the color of that car? Or like something oddly specific that only the person sharing that connection with you would have. Mm-hmm. So yeah, there'd just be crazy.
And then they would go in and explain the missed connection and their intentions that they want from that connection.
And then there was, I guess there was a lot of different type of misconnections. There was another one where it was, we broke up 25 years ago, I still think about you sort of thing.
Yeah.
Those were always really sad.
Yeah, those are pretty desperate.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some really creepy stuff. You would read some real interesting stuff.
Yeah.
But it's weird. Craigslist has basically turned into Facebook in a way. Okay.
No one uses it?
So, Airbnb, Verbo, what do you think? Do you think those are something that's going to get... She's right, though. She's 100% right. Elisa, you're 100% right because you look at it and you say, oh, it's going to be $200 a night, and it actually turns into $350 because they throw taxes on there. There's cleaning fees. During COVID, there's been COVID fees. Mm-hmm. There's been all these different fees that are like tacked on top with taxes and stuff, and it is a real misdirect. And sometimes it's like... Airbnb is cool because you can get kind of closer to locations, but hotels, they build their locations, especially in tourist spots, close to the action. So a hotel works really well, and you're only there to sleep. You're not there to live in the house, you know?
Yeah, I really don't care too much about the experience as long as it's like clean.
Right.
Not gross.
Well, there's this too, dude. There's been... So I rented a house in Chicago a couple of years ago, and it was okay, but I just felt creepy, like the dude was watching me on some camera somewhere, and it's okay, but
that could definitely happen at a hotel also, because I was thinking that too.
It can, but I don't think as much on a hotel that is like at someone's house, because it's their property. They're going to want to make sure it's all secure. They want to make sure that they're not liable for things, right? So why wouldn't you have cameras? Where a hotel doesn't really care as much. They'll have it, but they have... It's
not their house.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Yeah, do I think it's going to go away? No. I think we're going to have it in the future for sure.
All the things I like, all of these slightly irrational, but maybe rational things about like an Airbnb, as in it's not as secure.
Yeah.
But like also hotels aren't horribly secure either.
Yeah, and they're not super clean. Both aren't super clean.
Yeah, and so like I don't know why like hotels in my mind are just like, yeah, this is a better solution. You suppose there's more of a standardized sort of standard with cleanliness, hotel rooms, what to expect.
Yeah.
But also, like, crowd-funded things tend to have, like, a pretty high standard as well in terms of, like, if this location has a lot of good ratings and this renter or whatever user has a lot of good... Like, they're probably just as trustworthy. And so, like, I don't know why I gravitate away from Airbnbs and think they're worse than hotels.
I've had some cool Airbnb experiences. I stayed in this, like, shack, basically. And the shack basically was a house from, like, the 1800s, early 1800s. One part was a general store, and the other part was the house. And a family of, like, 7 lived in it. And it was big enough for me. All of it was big enough for me, basically. And so it was kind of cool to, like, step back into a different century and feel like what it was. And I was close to all these trails, and I was able to go hiking every morning because I just walked outside and was on. And like, that was cool. And I don't think I could get that experience with a hotel.
Do you think do you think it just falls down to your personality type? Like, there are people who
more adventurous.
There are people who stay in hotels, and there are people who do bed and breakfasts.
Yeah.
Like, the experiences are very, very different, and so I mean, that's in the name Airbnb. That's the idea, is it's small scale bed and breakfasts, but, like,
not all those places are like that. Bread and breakfasts are cool. I think that I'm more comfortable with a bed and breakfast out of all the different situations because it has my favorite 2 things: beds and breakfasts.
I was gonna say beer and, anyways, podcasts,
beer and podcasts. Cheers to that. I don't know, man. I think maybe the like excitability of an Airbnb, the kind of the hype around it is going to wane because we've had so many experiences. Those who are, it's not like a new thing anymore, and so I don't think it's going to be as popular, but I think it'll be around for a while. I know we have a buddy, Baxter, who would go to New York and live in an apartment, and there's like 4 people living in an apartment or a flat, and they just rent out 1 bedroom, and that's weird.
That sounds awful. I would also, like...
He kind of loved it, though.
Yeah, I think it's a personality thing. I would, like, it would take a lot for me to be like, yeah, I want my property to be an Airbnb, unless it was a separate, like, dedicated rental property. Like, like, I would be super uncomfortable Airbnb-ing
your house out,
like a bedroom of my house while I'm.
It just feels intrusive.
No, I mean, it is. It's
on both ends.
Yeah,
it's
super
like,
intrusive.
You know what I mean? Like,
I would also not want to use an Airbnb with the owner also staying there.
Yeah.
At the same time, that would feel weird to me. Like,
unless it's like I've been to an Airbnb for actually Elisa, her husband James's bachelor party. We stayed in a barn on the property of the like it was right next to the house, kind of, but it was like a barn away. And that's kind of cool. And then I've also stayed in an Airbnb where there was you rented out the basement. It was a really nice basement, and you had a separate entrance. And so people were upstairs, you were downstairs, but you didn't ever like collide. Kind of. I mean, you did. You went and talked to them for a little bit, but it wasn't like, So yeah, I think there's ways to make it work, but it is kind of weird.
Yeah, I don't. For all the reasons, all the negative things you can say about Airbnb is exactly the same as true about hotels.
Yeah.
So, like, why do I trust like a corporate like franchise versus like individuals and like positive like crowd-funded sort of like
that is nice, the feedback that you can get. You can see the stars,
because that's super powerful. Like, you see a lot with apps like Yelp or Waze, and like that whole crowdsourced like data collecting is like a really powerful tool.
Yeah.
And usually trustworthy.
I can't believe you've never been to an Airbnb.
Yeah, man. I just haven't. So maybe I'm the most unqualified person to speak on the topic.
You need to travel more, my guy.
Maybe.
Yeah, hotels are nice too, because especially when there's breakfast there too. Like, and it's kind of just really easy.
I just don't care that much. I don't know. Like, whatever.
Yeah. Well, great question, Elisa. Thank you so much for sending in the fatter future. We appreciate you. Guys, thanks so much for watching us on this podcast. If you are someone who's just tuning into the YouTube video and you're trying to figure out what the heck Timon Jones is, go back and listen to our, was it Wednesday? episode.
All of them this week, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's titled Timon Jones. Great intro. You guys will really enjoy it. And so, yeah, just support our podcast. We appreciate you guys, and we'll support you with the money from my bank account. So let me know. Audrey, I'll send you some money. John, I'll send you some money. Alex and Alex, both Alexes.
Both of them.
Because they both participated in this podcast. I'll send you guys some money.
Both of them.
Yep. And to Aaron, for triggering you with Timon Jones, I will send you some cicadas. All right, guys, have a good one.